Hi guys, welcome back to Health and Safety Part 2. Can I just, first of all, just apologise for yesterday. My internet was being dodgy all day yesterday and it just went poof, it just vanished for some reason, I don't know why. Not vanished, but I couldn't get my internet back, hence why I'm back today for Health and Safety Part 2. So if you guys can remember yesterday, I left off in relation to medication, so I'm just going to revisit that briefly. Before I start, can I just say thank you so much for popping by my channel. Hi, my name's Sharon. Sharon Laurencio, I'm a qualified tutor assessor for the past 15 years. I've been doing EYP, EYE, CCY, CCCLW, teaching assistant. I've done team leading, management. So I've put my hand in a lot of pies, so to speak. But childcare is my passion, my be all and end all. So if you would give a massive like, I'd appreciate that. Please feel free to subscribe. I've got 12 subscribers. I'd love some more, please. So please feel free to show a little bit of love. I'd appreciate that. And thank you again for just popping by and seeing my video. I've ordered myself a ring light, so hopefully that'll be through next week, and then our lighting will be a little bit better, and then I'm going to find somewhere with my little ring light to do my little area in the flat to do some videos, and video will be going up once every week. So there'll be one today, so that'll be 2 this week, and then it'll be one on a weekly basis, so it'll probably be up by every Friday or Saturday of every week commencing next week. So back to health and safety. So medications. So like I was saying to you guys yesterday, medications, where are your medications kept? Where are they stored? Have you got a medication fridge, a medication cupboard? Where's your medication forms? Remember to put on there the child's name, the date, their age, what happened, where it happened, action taken, as in how you responded to the accident, maybe, how you responded to the medication, what medication you gave, etc. Also looking at signatures, they're very important, so you put your signatures on there. Also at the same time, so that's your signature, witness, so witness you giving the medication, and your manager's signature. Okay, some of you might have these forms now on Tapestry or Blossom or some form of online application, educational app, where parents can easily access these forms, or some of you might still have paper-based accident forms, or some of your nurseries or school might have both, but I know we're going paperless. So whatever works for your nursery, please do. So now let's think about allergies and intolerances. So allergies, intolerance. So intolerance could be children outside in the garden, they might be allergic to grass, they might, intolerances, to grass, they might have an allergy, hay fever, it could be pollen. Indoors, it could be pet hair, it could be dust, it could be anything, it could be perfume that somebody's wearing, it could be air freshener that's in the room, it's, that little mist, that comes out, it could be that, it could be anything. So how would you deal with an allergy, for example, if a child's got an allergy? So it could be nuts, eggs, fruit, citrus, yeah? So what would you do if a child's got an allergy? How would you know a child's got an allergy? This should be in the child's medication form. They should be kept away and stored away following the GDPR Act, which is 2018, which has been updated. So in relation to the GDPR Act, all information is kept confidential and private, so that information is going to be stored away. If it's in your room, your classroom or your playroom, who has access to this? Excuse me. Who has access to the children's personal information? Is it you, as the room leader, or as the EYE or the EYP? Who has access to it? So in relation to personal information, you can access if a child's got an allergy, what allergies they are. So it could be eggs, it could be nuts. And in most nurseries now, you don't give out nuts, or you're just being aware of foods that have nuts in or may contain nuts. and I'm sure you've got children in your nursery that are dairy-free, gluten-free, wheat-free. So if there was an incident where a child has maybe tasted or eaten something by accident that they're allergic to, have they got an EpiPen? What are the signs and symptoms? So you know they might go red. They might start to say that they can't breathe, so their throat is starting to swell. Yeah. So they can't breathe, they can't get no air into their lungs because of reaction. They might start to get a rash all over their body. It could come to the point where they have a fit because their body can't control the toxins that are flowing through their bodies, their bodily system. Have you got an EpiPen? Do you know how to use the EpiPen? Yeah, so it will go into their file. It's just literally one massive jab with the EpiPen and you will put in the medication. Yeah. And then that will just bring the child back around, so to speak. You will put them in a recovery position. You will give them reassurance. You will tell them everything's be okay. You would make sure that there's not a crowd around these children or a young adult, because it can be quite scary, can't it? And of course, you're going to call emergency services straight away and call the parents also at the same time. So also, if there's allergies, like, if a child's got hay fever, for example, we're meant to be in summer. I know. But, does your parents give them Piriton? Or have they got prescribed Piriton? Again, the medication form. Do you do that? If they're going on outings, do you take the Piriton with you? If you're going on an outing, do you make sure that you're taking the EpiPens for those particular children that might have an allergic reaction? You've got to be aware of that. Yeah? And also being aware where they're stored and where they're kept. Also, let's go on to back in relation to health and safety, so go back a little bit. So think about your chemicals. So your COSH cupboard. So COSH stands for Control of Substances Hazardous to Health. And you're probably thinking, COSH, what's COSH? Basically, it's your cleaning cupboard. So where you keep your disinfectant, your bleach, your aerosols, washing up liquid, all of that good stuff to get rid of germs. Yeah? Where is it kept? As in, is it kept in your classroom? Is it kept in a storage cupboard? Is it kept in a cleaner's cupboard? Is it locked away so that children can't access it? Some bottles, like name branded bottles, yeah, or disinfectant, which we all love, particularly me, it makes your house smell nice. Some of the bottles, the packaging looks pretty, yeah, because that's how a brand draws you in. We're very visual. As human beings, we're very visual creatures. And if we see something that's pretty and colourful, we'll go, oh, straight there. And I'm sure you will do it. When you go shopping, if you clothes shopping or whatever it is, we're very visual. As well as seeing if it's 50% off. But yeah, if a child sees something that's brightly coloured, they might think it's a drink and they'll open it and they'll drink it. Disinfectant, for example, or, wash up liquid or bleach. So you've got to be aware and be very careful that your storage cupboard is locked, your cleaning cupboard is locked at all times, and that children can't access anything. And if you do, wipe the table down with anti-bac spray or the wipes, for example, that you put them back where you found them. Don't leave them lying around, because it only takes milliseconds for a child to get their little hands in it, and then goodness knows what potentially can happen. And again, that's a safeguarding issue, and that will be investigated, potentially if that child dies, of serious injury from what's happened. And I'm sure that's not what you want. Also thinking about security, coming in a nursery or your school. How is it safe? How is your school or nursery safe? Can I just, come in now with my little face mask? Can I just roll in? Or do I need to book an appointment to come into your school or nursery? Are your gates or your doors locked from your main school or your nursery at a certain time? Do potential visitors have to buzz to access? Do you ask them for proof of who they are? They are, i.e. identification badge. Do you get them to sign in and out the visitors book? Do you ask if they've had a DBS check? If they have, can they show you that DBS check? Most nurseries and schools now do ask before assessors come in or anybody visiting the centre from an educational background that they have a DBS check, or they get that validation from that person's company that they've been DBS checked. Again, safeguarding is to protect everybody. Yep. So is that person kept within a room so everybody can see where they are? So, for example, you know, would a visitor be able to go from room to room unattended? Would a visitor be left unattended in a room with children? Hopefully not. It's a safeguarding issue, because you're putting those vulnerable children and that visitor in potential danger and in a situation that neither or either want to be in. So please be aware of that. Also, when you're going off visits as well, security. How do you know that that place is secure and safe for your children? Your local library, your local park, your local museum. Or if you've got to go for, I don't know, maybe a day trip to the beach, for example. How do you know your coach is following the coach that you've ordered and you've booked and you've secured online? How do you know it's following the government requirements? How do you know they've got safety belts? How do you know that your driver's being DBS checked? How do you know that they've got a clean licence? How do you know all of that? Is this something that you research, or is it something that you just presume is already in place? This is something that you've got to follow, not you necessarily, but your senior management will need to follow and follow through, all the way through, to follow the guidelines following Health and Safety Work Act 1974. Okay, thinking about as well the layout of your classroom. How is it laid out? Is it safe and secure for children and young people to go and get around? Is there enough room and space for a child to go from one activity to another, from the home corner to the book corner? Are the resources age and stage appropriate? Have they got kite marks, the British kite mark on them, the lion kite mark on them? Think about it. Some resources we buy, we're going to the pound shop. For example, you know, I bought a couple of bits out of there before, and they're not very safe and secure. They've broken, and I've just played with it before giving it to one of my nieces or nephews, or one of my godchildren. And these things do happen. Yeah? So again, making sure that your equipment is age and stage appropriate. And you'll know that by looking, when you buy something, you'll see suitable for children aged 12 months plus. And you'll pick it up, and I'm sure a majority of you that do look at it, you know, look at that and see whether it is suitable for maybe your own children, or somebody in your family, your friends, or whoever it may be. So again, you're doing a risk assessment right there by picking something up. Okay? Also making sure that the furniture is on the child's level. You know, so the children's chairs, the furniture is suitable for them to sit on. They can use. They can lift it if they want to, with a little bit of guidance. What about your own manual handling? So if furniture needs to be moved from one area to another, who do you get to help you do that? Remember, you are bending from your knees. We're not just standing and going over, we are bending from the knees. Okay? Yep, and then we're bending all the way down and lifting it all the way up. 2 people are helping, so you have to ask for help. If something is really heavy, like a filing cabinet or a cupboard that's got resources in, don't lift it. You're potentially going to hurt your back, or you may fracture a bone or break a bone, or somebody else might hurt themselves, a colleague helping you. You ask for help and you say to somebody, you inform your health and safety officer, you know, this furniture needs to be moved, and they will organise that for you. Or this chair's broken, then you will remove it, because you can lift the chair if it's not heavy. If you need support, you ask them to move it with you. But if it's a chair like this, then sure, you can move that chair on your own. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do for today, because that's the end of Health and Safety Part 2, so to speak. So next week I was thinking of maybe telling you my journey of what made me come to this position in my life of being a tutor assessor. How did I get here? And I might be able to help you guys and give you some advice on how you could be a tutor assessor. Okay? So until then, stay safe. Please leave a comment or a like. I'd appreciate it. Okay, until then guys, stay safe, have a lovely week. Like I said, like and comment below and subscribe, and thank you again for you're watching this video part 2. My videos and the content will get a lot better. You just got to bear with me. So it's really hard. It's really hard, like doing this from scratch and learning. It's like I'm a child, kind of feeling my way around this, and it's really hard to do. I'm loving doing it. Do not get me wrong, I'm loving doing it, but it's really hard of how am I going to lay it out? How am I going to get people to watch me? Because that's one of the things I would like. It's the reason why I'm doing this. I want to share my knowledge with you guys so you can share it at work and help within your assignments, new qualifications, and hence why I'm doing this. So please share this video with others, or if you know anyone that's doing a qualification, you think actually this video will help, please share it. Knowledge is power, guys. Okay? Alright, take care, be good, be safe, and I'll see you next week.